With Verdansk finally in Warzone, I thought it was a good time to, go check out those settings again. And since my settings are completely different in Warzone than multiplayer, I thought it would be a good time to actually update you guys with those as well. Now, the first thing I want to say is we're going to talk about controller settings. We're going to go into audio settings because those are super important in Warzone as well. And we'll do a little bit of graphic settings to get a little bit of those out of the way. But basically, this is the three that we're going to be going over. And yeah, let's check it out. These settings are going to make, all right, well, basically, they're going to give you insane accuracy. They're going to give you nice graphics. And the audio, you will hear footsteps miles away. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Verdansk video. Today we're going to be looking at the absolute best of the best settings. You want to use these controller settings, everything in order to have the stickiest aim possible. Now before we actually get into it, guys, here is 2 minutes from our sponsor, No Lag VPN. No Lag VPN. If you guys are playing on Verdansk right now, you know the sweatiest of tryhards are currently on the game. So why not play like the olden days and actually bring the lobbies back to where they should be without all that horrible skill-based matchmaking? Guys, don't kid yourselves. Most streamers are actually going and using this to get bot lobbies. They're going to hide it from you, but it is the secret that they're all using. And today, I want you guys to go ahead and try it out yourselves, and you're going to see. If you're not satisfied, you got 14 days to get your money back. But trust me, you guys are going to like this.
No lag, no sweats, just bots, you're the king. No lag, it's no lag. Kill streaks, dubs, let's win.
You'll be able to get a bunch of kills, a bunch of wins, and not have to worry about the sweats.
More kills, more wins, stay on top.
Personally, I use No Lag VPN. When COD decides to throw me in the sweatiest lobbies across the other side of the country, I turn on No Lag VPN, get no lag whatsoever, and I don't have to worry about the sweatiest of sweats. The best part is it works on all COD games and even Warzone on every single system you can imagine, whether it's PC, Xbox, PlayStation, no matter what it is. It takes just less than 3 minutes to set up, and on PlayStation and Xbox, you don't even need to download a single thing. Just configure it all on your phone. Now, if you guys want to get your hands on No Lag VPN, make sure to go down to the description below. I got you guys covered with over 60% off. It is insane. You guys are going to save a lot of money. Go ahead, use it, get nicer lobbies, play a lot better, and don't have to focus on the sweats. All right, let's get into the settings. So I'm telling you guys, if you pair up the best graphics ever, the best controller settings ever, and the audio, and you actually go ahead and use No Lag to actually lag less and play in decent servers, you guys will see that you will play this game a lot better. It'll be a lot more fun, especially if you're not a sweat yourself. It's just, dude, the only people playing right now are the sweatiest of sweats. But anyways, the graphics that I want to get into, basically it's just the field of view. I just want to kind of talk about that. I'm currently on a 90 field of view for Warzone, which I'm probably going to switch, but because there's so many gunfights at long range, I don't want it to seem so far away. So I put it at 90. I don't play at 90 when I'm playing on multiplayer. I'm at like 110 or 105 or something, but on Warzone, I do end up dropping that a bit. You do feel slower. It does feel a little clunkier, but it's easier to win those gunfights at distance. My ADS field of view is going to be independent, and I'm going to keep my weapon field of view at wide. Now, I obviously got weapon motion blur and world motion blur both off. You do not want those on whatsoever. Now, in the controller, so actually, let's go to the audio first because it's pretty important, and I don't want to forget about it. But in the audio settings, here's what I'm going to recommend, all right? Audio mix, you're going to want to set it to Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is going to help you hear those footsteps on every single floor. Wherever they are, you're going to hear those coming really, really nice. You're going to hear those gunshots. You're going to hear the grenades. You're going to hear absolutely everything with Sucker Punch. So make sure you guys run that. I used to run bass boost and all that stuff, headphone bass boost or whatever, Treyarch mix and bass boost. It's just whatever, man. Yo, Sucker Punch, it's the best one so far. So I'm going to recommend that one for sure. After that, I would just say go into the master volume, and this is the same in multiplayer for myself. I got gameplay at 50, I got cinematic at 50, and then effects and dialogue both at 100. Effects, obviously, again, this is footsteps, it's gunshots, it's doors, it's literally anything, like even like cars driving by and stuff like that. This is what you want up at 100, so make sure you guys go ahead and do that as well. Now, the most important is the controller settings, and I'm very different on Warzone than I am on multiplayer, but the thing is, I don't like that I have to switch it every single time I change game mode. So if you guys have any way of changing your settings and keeping it for Warzone or keeping it different for multiplayer, let me know, because I'm getting really tired of just switching it all the time. Now, my horizontal and my vertical is going to be at 1.85. On multiplayer, I play at a 2.10. On Warzone, I want to be a little slower. Again, I'm trying to line up my crosshairs when I get into gunfights. People are very far away, so you want to make sure that that center dot is able to stick on them nicely. So I do lower my sensitivity. Now, I understand 1.85 might still be kind of high for a lot of you guys, but for me personally, it's a nice sensitivity. It's a nice mid-range sensitivity, and I like that right there. And it might be slow for some of you guys too, but it is what it is. After that, we got controller vibration off. I'm always going to recommend that. Trigger effect off. And then dead zone inputs. I mean, if you've seen my multiplayer video, you don't really need to change much here. This is pretty much the same. This one I'm never really going to change. Left trigger and right trigger, you're going to want these dead zones set to 0, right? The default is 13. I have no idea why, but you want this at 0. The second you press that shoot button, you want it to actually shoot in game. And speaking of that, I actually do swap L1 and R1 with L2 and R2. So I actually aim down sights with L1 and I shoot with R1 just because they're easier to click, they're faster to click and stuff, and it just makes milliseconds of difference, but those milliseconds help you win gunfights, so I'm going to recommend that. And then we got left stick minimum at 6, left stick max at 60, and then right stick minimum at 8, right stick max at 100. Now, a lot of people are going to tell you, throw this down to 0. I used to say it all the time too. If you put it down to 0 and you just move that right stick just a little bit, just a slight little millimeter, it's going to fight against your aim assist. So do not do that. You want this to be higher and you will have stickier aim. Going into aiming, speaking of that, we're going to go to aiming advanced settings, and then I want to kind of go into the sensitivity and the ADS and all that kind of stuff. But for now, let's go into aiming advanced settings. This is for you guys who haven't watched my multiplayer videos because maybe you just play Warzone. You're going to want to set it to gradual, all right? If you set it to after zoom, this is basically what your sensitivity changes from regular sensitivity to ADS sensitivity. So if I'm to press the aim down sights button and I have the fastest sensitivity in game, I'm playing out like a 4.0, but then I'm playing at a 1.0 ADS sensitivity. If I have it on instant, the second I start aiming down sights, it's going to slow down my sensitivity drastically. So you do not want it on instant unless you're the type of player that could get those crosshairs on enemies before you even start aiming down sights. So gradual is the best. It brings it in nice and slow. It slowly changes your sensitivity, and after zoom is only once you're fully zoomed in, it changes your sensitivity. So I would set it at gradual, and trust me guys, you will be good there. Now for this one right here, we're just gonna leave it on assist, and then dynamic is what I'm using for aim response curve type at a 1.0. I used to play at a 0.70, but a 1.0 is definitely important. Now this is something else that I completely changed when playing Warzone, and that is my custom sensitivity per zoom. All right, so my low zoom 0.90, I leave it as is. It doesn't matter. I don't need to change it. It's good right there. My 2x scope all the way up to 5x scope, again, I'm going to leave that at 0.90. It's nice and slow. I'm able to be accurate with that, and I like it right there. Now, when I go higher in scopes, when I go with a higher zoom, like a 6 to 7 times zoom, I'm going to start lowering it. 8 all the way up to like the maximum zoom that you could go. I'm going to put it down to a 0.80 for those right there. And the reason for that is because once you aim down sights and it zooms in that much, there's going to be a lot of movement in that scope. You're going to want to make sure that you're able to control that. And if you see that it's swaying way too much, you might even want to lower this even more. But I'm going to play at 0.80. It seems to be pretty good right there. And you got to lead your shots. It's Warzone, man. So yeah, we're going to leave that as is. And yeah, hopefully it all looks pretty good. Now, guys, before I actually continue with the settings, could you let me know, are you enjoying Verdansk in this game, in Warzone? Is it good? Do you guys like it? Is it everything you thought it would be, or do you guys absolutely hate it? Let me know down in the comments below. There's gonna be a few more settings that I kind of want to go into here, and that is going to be, actually, let's go into movement quickly, because I do play on tactical sprint assist, and this is so that when I actually move my left stick, it just goes into tactical sprint right away. And then this right here in controller settings, if you're playing what I'm doing, if you have no back paddles, this is really nice. You're going to set tactical sprint assist, and then you're going to go into button layout custom, and you're going to jump, stand, and mantle with R3, and you're going to slide, dive, and change stance with L3. So you could drop shot with L3, you could jump with R3. You never have to worry about taking your thumbs off those joysticks. Your aim is going to be good. You're still going to be moving. You don't have to press random buttons like X or O or A or B or whatever you are, whatever controller you're playing on, which, by the way, let me know what controller you guys actually play on, and if you have back paddles or not. But yeah, if you don't have back paddles like myself, I just have a basic PS5 controller. This right here is really nice. It's going to take a lot of time to get used to, but it's really nice. But yeah, that's going to be it for the settings. Like I said, there's just one last thing I want to show you guys in the interface, and it's going to be all the way in the gameplay HUD. Actually, let's go to readability really fast. Go to color customization, and what you're going to do is you're going to set it to filter 2. All right, this is going to make all the colors, all the bright colors like the reds, the yellows, the greens, the blues, all of those are going to pop really, really nice. You're going to see them nicely, and it's just going to make the game look a lot more beautiful. So just do that quickly. And then in gameplay HUD, you want to go to center dot, set your center dot on, all right? Don't leave it off, don't leave it static. Put it to center dot, to the largest, make it yellow, and put the opacity all the way up to 100. That's going to be it for the video, guys. Like I said, man, if you guys want to get easier lobbies, if you guys want to play a lot nicer and just not have to sweat like crazy every single game, make sure to go check out No Lag VPN down in the description below. I got you guys covered with a huge percentage off as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and use it. There's like 63% off. It's crazy. It's something wild. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Drop a like on this one, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.